everyone. It is honor to me today to attend to this conference to deliver a presentation of mine. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Heny Astutik. I am from the Department of Midwifery Health Polytechnic of Malang, Indonesia. Okay, I'm here today to talk about the potential of Anastatica hierochuntica extract as uterotropic agent in the mechanism of myometrial contraction. My talk is of particular interest to you who want to know more of herbal medicine. Hopeful, this presentation can provide insight into the use of Anastatica hierochuntica in the field of obstetrics, especially during childbirth. In this presentation, I will cover 5 main points. First, introduction include background and objective, the study. Second, literature review and previous study. Third, research methods for result and discussion. And the last, conclusion. Next, first of all, I would like to talk about that Anastatica hierochuntica has many functions, and there are many researchers who conduct the research of it, but none of them never conduct the same research as mine. As we know, Anastatica from the family Brassicaceae, popularly known as rumput Fatima in our country, Indonesia, and in English known as the Rose of Jericho, while in Malaysia it is called Sanggul Fatimah, and in Arabia it is known as Kaf Maryam. This plant is spread in various habitats in the desert. Its distribution grows locally in the desert area of the Red Sea and Sinai. And the global distribution of this plant is in the Arabian Peninsula, North Africa, Egypt, Arabia, Jordan, Iraq, Iran, and Pakistan. In Indonesia, the utilization of Anastatica as traditional medicine, the shocking Anastatica has been extensively consumed by expectant mothers during the final trimester of their pregnancy to initiate labor, as they believe that it increases uterine contraction. Currently, traditional medicine with the use of herb is still used by the community as an alternative treatment that is considered cheaper, easier, and relatively safe. However, the traditional medicine with the use of herb is still used by community. However, medically, this action is not recommended because it can cause strong contraction, cloud amniotic fluid, and even postpartum hemorrhage. But there is no research on this matter. In our country, obstetricians consider that this plant contains a substance similar to oxytocin, so it is dangerous. The phytochemical test result revealed that Anastatica hierochuntica contains phenolic substance, flavonoids, diterpene, sterol. This plant is considered as a phytoestrogen plant which have estrogenic activity, but the mechanism of action of this plant has not been known for uterine contraction. So let's turn now to the objective. The objective of the study is proving that administration of Anastatica extract can play a role as uterotropic agent through enhancement the expression of contractile protein such as OTR, prostaglandin F2 alpha receptor or FP, and connexin 43 in relation to the mechanism of myometrial contraction. The next, I think I would like to discuss about the concept of delivery process to show how working mechanism of Anastatica extract. This image is the labor phase. Uterine contractility during pregnancy and childbirth can be divided into 4 different phases, namely phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. In phase 1, there is activation of the uterus either by mechanical strain or by uterotropic preparation, leading to increased gain action for contraction. These include contraction-associated proteins, namely connexin 43 at gap junction, prostaglandin receptor agonists, oxytocin receptors, and protein that encode ion channel. Activation of uterine function is driven by the genotype of the fetus and influenced by two separate pathways. First pathway of activation of the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis of the fetus, and the second pathway is mechanical distension of the uterus leading to stretching and upregulation of CAPS gain expression. And here, estrogen works via the estrogen receptor to increase gain transcription activity. Estrogen receptor play an important role in the initiation of labor. That is the timing of the onset of labor. The biological response arising from the binding of estrogen and its receptors produce pro-contractile protein, which play a role in stimulating contraction of myometrial cell in the initiate in labor. So in the slide, there are some previous research which conduct the same object, but none of them do the same research as mine. As you can see in the slide, there are some previous research, but research on Anastatica hierochuntica to explore the mechanism of uterus contraction has been less well developed. Okay, then for this method of this research, I used quantitative research with design random post-test only control group design by using animal model BAP-C female mice with criteria of age 12 until 14 weeks, body weight 25 until 35 grams, healthy and pregnant. The total number of experimental unit was 18 pregnant mice. Moving on the next point to the data collection. Firstly, we prepare the animal in accordance with the criteria, then acclimatization for experimental animal, synchronization, mates, and last weight balancing. Secondly, randomization allocation. And thirdly, 18 pregnant mice which met the sampling criteria were divided into 3 groups, each of which consists of 6 mice. Fourthly, adaptation for 1 week. Then mice were given the treatment for 5 days at age 14 until 18 gestation. They were classified as 1 control group, P0 with 0.5% CMC provision, and 2 treatment groups with administration of Anastatica hierochuntica extract with different dose, that is P1 at dose 100 milligram per kilogram body weight per day, and P2 at dose 150 milligram per kilogram body weight per day. Extract were given person for 5 days. After that, the termination was carried out on the 19 days of pregnancy to take uterine tissue. And then the uterine tissue was collected for immunohistochemical staining analysis of OTR, FV, and connexin 43 expression. Lastly, the results obtained were analyzed by employing comparative tests, used one-way ANOVA test and LSD post-hoc test. Okay, we move to the result and discussion. The result found 3 variables, and the first expression of connexin 43 myometrial cell pregnant mice. We can see that figure 1 so that the average expression of connexin 43 myometrial cell in the treatment group increased compared to control group, and the group of Anastatica extract dose of 150 milligram increased 2.2 times, while at a dose of 100 milligram increased 1.8 times. And then next point for the statistical test of expression of connexin 43 myometrial cell in pregnant mice in group P0 until P2, based on the statistic of one-way ANOVA, so that there is a significant difference in the expression of connexin 43 between the control and the treatment group, with a significant level of p-value 0.000. Next, the second result is show that the average prostaglandin F2 alpha or FP receptor expression in the Anastatica hierochuntica extract group at a dose 100 milligram increased 2.1 times, and at a dose of 150 milligram increased 2.4 times, was higher than the control group. Okay, next point to the statistic test. We can see table 2 that show the statistic test of one-way ANOVA. There is a significant difference in the expression of FP receptor between the control and the treatment groups, with a significant level of p-value 0.001. And ABC difference subscribed indicate a difference between groups with multiple comparison LSD tests. And then the result we can see at the figure 2, the average value of OTR expression in the group of P1 Anastatica hierochuntica extract dose of 100 milligram increased 3.2 times, and at a dose of 150 milligram increased 2.93 times higher than the control group. And then the next point for the statistic test of expression of the oxytocin receptor myometrial cell in pregnant mice in group P0 until P2. Table 3 show that there is a significant difference in OTR receptor expression between the control group and the treatment group, with a significant level of p-value 0.001. And next thing, I just want to give a little information about the sample result of histopathological staining of the uterine tissue layer. From this picture, 3 picture, we can see that comparison of connexin 43 expression in the nucleus and space between myometrial cell marked with brown chromogen with a row sign between treatment group, so that the P2 group show more connexin 43 expression than the P0 and P1 groups. Okay, finally we come to the conclusion of this research. To sum of this presentation, first, giving Anastatica hierochuntica L extract increase the expression of connexin 43, prostaglandin F2 alpha receptors, and OTR receptor in pregnant mice myometrial cell. And the second, Anastatica hierochuntica L extract has the potential as a uterotropic agent, which show the same response with estradiol as the most effective uterotropic agent. Okay, well, that's my presentation. It has been a pleasure presenting to you today. I hope that I have been able to give you some insight into the potential of Anastatica hierochuntica L extract as uterotropic agent in the mechanism of myometrial contraction, and hopefully can be used as a basis for future research. I apologize if there are mistakes in my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you. I back to the moderator.